Okay, hi. Okay, I guess you can tell us just how you became a UX designer / researcher and why, maybe?
So what brought me to the UX world was more a tool than a study or a field of application, because as I learned to use the eye tracker, I experienced this methodology in various fields, for example, like shopping experience, consumer experience, usability, and eventually that brought me to WeDreams, where they wanted to implement this new methodology in the company. And well, being that we're in a digital world, the UX, I think, is the most relevant field of application and also my favorite. So the tools brought me there.
Okay, very cool. And you studied communication and psychology, right? So
yes, exactly.
Obviously, it's very related. And the eye tracking, though, how exactly did you get into it?
I get into it thanks to my post-graduation experience. Okay. So I was working for the Applied Technology to Neuropsychology lab, so where we were doing neuropsychology research with new technologies. And there I learned how to use eye tracking. Okay. And then I moved to a company in Milan that is deal especially with eye tracking technology and consultancy through eye tracking.
Okay. The guerrilla marketing or guerrilla research studying. I don't know why I called it marketing, but it's technically like eye tracking. I mean, you observe people in their natural habitat. Is that right?
It's more about going out there with bold ideas and ask very quick and out of the blue feedback to the user. While the tracking is more a monitoring of a specific behavior of a user. Okay,
and so you can't just go and watch people. I mean, because I know with Gorilla, there's a lot of times they say if there's an issue, like let's say on public transportation, you go and you sit on public transportation and you observe people. That's not something that you guys can, it's not very effective?
It depends. Actually, what I'm doing right now is more focusing on the experience of the user with our platform and services.
Right.
We are also interested in do more exploratory research, but my 24/7, let's say, is looking and assessing the user while interacting with our final product.
So what's your favorite part about the UX strategy? Like what stage do you love doing the most and why?
Okay, so my daily work, for example, one research is about gathering with the designer to understand how to proceed, what we're going to test, how are we going to approach the user. Then we have the actual from my point of view, moderation part, so the interview, the testing part, in which we actually can with the user and test the product, and then the analysis, the report, and the communication of the result. I think I like the entire process, but maybe those last two steps about doing the test and then communicating the result and try to evangelize the company and try to share the learnings we have, so how we can help the company based on what we learn from the user. Those are my favorite parts.
Sounds exciting. For a new product or feature or whatever it is that you're going to release, how do you decide which strategy to use? Like which research strategy to use for whichever product or feature it is, if there is a way that you pick? Or
yeah, it really depends on the purpose. So for example, if we want to test how a call to action is understood by the user, and then we can have, for example, a one-on-one interviews, or we can put it online doing an A/B test to see how it performs compared to our legacy version of this element. If you're testing a concept or bold ideas or a product that is brand new, maybe we can do something more like a focus group or a workshop. So to put users together and think alongside them how that should work, how that should be explained, conceptualized. So it really depends on the thing product we're testing.
Okay. Last question. Maybe some advice for us studying here. We're all studying digital solutions development. It's a very broad, study area. But what do you suggest as maybe some things that we could focus on if we're interested in careers in UX research and design.
You mean about professional roles?
Yeah.
I'm always thinking on how our teams and department are built here in IDIMS when it comes to UX, and those profiles who are cooperating in the user experience. We are talking about researchers. We're like, as I am, we're talking about developers, or we're talking about designers, we're talking about data analysts, data scientists. So
Many different roles.
I think many different roles, but also many different chances, opportunities to be part of a UX team.
Okay.
So just pick up whatever is that you like or doing better, but you have a lot of opportunity to be part of a UX team.
Okay, that's good to know. Just have to find the right place to kind of get yourself in there. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Hope to stay in touch.
Yeah.
I'll probably send you a message on LinkedIn. Okay.